Do you think it would be a fair point to say, or just to make it easier for people to understand? I know there are a lot different applications, but we can say wherever there is a lot of data, a system like this would be very beneficial.
Yes, yes. So let's take an example in this case. Let's take an example of probably textile. So as we know that, say, some manufacturer of textile from Surat wants to, he already has some inventory management system as well as uh, a system wherein he can track his customers. So basically supply and demand that he can, track on. And as of now, he is only relying on intuitions that, okay, there is going to be Diwali or some festival. So as, the production of XYZ type of textiles will increase. But now, instead of just using the human intuition, he can now fall back to a very granular machine analysis through which he can very, accurately predict, or at least have probabilistic prediction of how things are going to perform in terms of their inventories, when is going to be the demand of certain type of textiles. Accordingly, then he can forecast his supply, which is his inventory. So all this is now very readily possible when it comes to data, dealing with data. He can also, connect their AI with their machines or their systems with market analysis tools, which, understand where the market is going, what are the news going on, and so on and so forth, which again powers their business. So now it's not a people dependent business. Now it is more system dependent business. Plus it is intelligent. It is thinking way too ahead than what a human can think. So that is, I feel that comes to my mind, a very straightforward and simple example of what machines can do.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that the concept of predictive analytics is going to be a really big sort of revolution in the industry, in a lot of industries, because what it's going to help do is what was reliant on people previously, where people were using their brains and experience to predict stuff, and sometimes that was correct, sometimes that wasn't. They were trying to use data, maybe even simple data analytics tools, but with predictive analytics, that is going to go to the next level, and it will help their decision making, because obviously the machine is not going to make decisions for you, but it will really drive the decision making for these individuals who are in, say, even the textile industries and all of that. Okay, I think we've had a really good start, and we have touched on a few interesting points. I think we can move into talking about some real life examples or applications now, more than examples, actually applications. So if we start talking about, say, customer segmentation, or maybe inventory management. We talked about inventory management a little bit, but inventory management, customer segmentation, a few applications that AI guided digital experiences. Like, these are some terms that people don't know at the moment, and some applications that nobody's thinking about, right? So let's start touching on a few of these. Let's start with inventory management. What do you think, apart from the textile space, or not being specific to that industry, like if we talk about a simple grocery store, or a bakery, or a simple restaurant, how can a smart or an AI-enabled inventory management system help?
So I think it all starts with the right inputs that any system requires. As you mentioned that, let's take an example of the bakery or any grocery stores. So it all starts with taking the inputs, what kind of customers you are having, what kind of purchases they are making, and the data around it that you feed into these systems. These systems then can learn the patterns about what is the age group and what are they buying, and what period of the month they are buying more, and what products they are buying. So it's very easy to predict all these items, and then the grocery store can very in advance take a lot of decisions on the inventory filling. So that is one part of things. The other part of things is the discounting. So say, for example, if they figure out that there is a specific part of the day, as well as specific part of the month, as well as specific part of the year, wherein the certain products are actually sold less, and there are certain products which are sold more. So they can discount the product which are sold less so as to, motivate the customers to buy them more, as well as they can arrange or, tweak the prices of the the products which are in demand. So all these things are possible, and these are not intuition based things, because for intuition you need to have a lot of experience, which a machine can have, and you can keep on increasing the machine's experience as and when it keeps on getting more and more data. So implementing the right inputs is the first step, of course, and then you will get crazy outputs out of it, which you won't be even able to analyze by just your own brain. So I feel, in fact, one of the case study that I know of was actually analyzing such kind of data, and then we very easily we figured out when are the most drops of the customers, which are the most customers which are repetitive and what are they buying, and which are the customers who are new acquisitions and what are they buying, so as to then loop them up into the second buy, second item purchase, third item purchase, and eventually making them a loyal customer. So that is one of the very practical example that I feel is used in inventory management as well as grocery.
I think that is a very, very good example, and I would like to just elaborate on that a little bit, just making it a super simple, dumbed down version of that example. If there's a small grocery store in a particular area which has fixed, say, families that definitely get groceries from them on a monthly basis or a weekly basis, and let's say there are 10, 20, 25 families, fixed families around that area that come there only and order the same products and have a regular grocery pickup from there, the fruits, the dals and all of that. And there is maybe also a college close by. And there are college students who are coming to buy soft drinks and maybe a protein bar or a granola bar or something. So these things can actually now be fed into a system as data. And depending on your previous history, the system will tell you when to order a certain product or a series of certain products, when to not order products. For example, when there's college holidays, you don't need, you might not have to stock up on those soft drinks and bars so much because kids are not going to show up a lot. When the college reopens, they will. Similarly, a family is continuously buying. You can make sure that you have the products they need available rather than not having a few things unavailable. So making sure you don't miss out even on a couple of products, right? We can go down to that detail, and it can be really revolutionary for some of these small grocery stores, because that small addition of making sure those products are being sold in an optimized manner will reduce their costs of wastage and all of that, and also increase their revenue.
Yeah. And with this example, even I remembered another example of a very famous paints company, which so this paints company has its outlets with hardware stores, wherein these hardware stores are basically small nodes which are selling their paints. And what this paint company does is they have data since long time, since 15-20 years or whatever years, and they have fed this data to their system, and they can very, very detailed predict about where and when, what the requirements are going to be, what the demands are going to be. So a truck comes in, stands on the in the front of the shop, their nodes, and they give them paints. The paint might have the oil paints or distempers or whatever colors and all that. And these paints are not demanded by the store owners. These are given by the paint company. Okay. And automatically, just through the consumer behavior, these paints are getting consumed automatically. When they know that this paint is going to be consumed in November month. So they automatically just come in, they give that paint, and that paint is of specific quantity, it gets consumed then, and they just go. So that level of predictability has been already happening with this paint company. The interesting point here is this level of sophistication is now available for a small business owner. So that is the point.
Absolutely. And that's a very, very important take from here, because that has been the reluctance of people, that this is something only a large corporation can do, but that is not the case anymore. MSMEs can avail these technologies because of, as we were discussing, how the costs have come down and availability of new tech and everything. And that is a very good point that we need to take out from here.